5 years a referee. He's a part-timer, 34 years of age. By day, he's an engineering team leader at Sellafield, but not this day. He's the man in the middle.
Stefan, we're ready.
And should we need the video ref, Ben Thaler is in the trucks to make any of the big decisions required. They are two class acts. They meet on the biggest stage, and there is very little to separate them ahead of what could be a ferocious contest. It's Hull who get first touch of the ball, and the shoulders that bend first and hit the ribs are those of Warrington. Let's hear the thoughts of Jonathan Davis, and first a former Hull Challenge Cup winning coach, John Keir.
Yeah, well, everybody's said in the build-up, Dave, that it's difficult to split these two. We've got the physicality and goal forward of the Hull FC forwards. We've got the speed of ruck and the scooting from dummy half of Warrington Wolves. And I just think it will come down to one thing: win the ruck and you'll win the cup.
And Jonathan, who's the Warrington influence in the commentary box today?
I think it's a very difficult game to call. I think two form sides. I think it's the power of the Hull pack, and especially the back three. I think the kicking game is vitally important. Tony Smith said that they won the kicking game on previous encounters and they're 2-0 up. So I think it's going to be a lot. It's a very, very warm day. So whoever's got some left in the tank with 20 minutes to go, and where they play the game is going to be crucially important.
Here's Clark out of dummy half. Sims will shift it on to Westerman and then Hill, but it's a forward pass. Forward pass by the former Hull man. And that's a bit of a gift for Hull FC, who get the head and feed not far from the halfway line.
Yeah, it's a poor error by Warrington, and that'll give Hull first attacking opportunity. But I just saw there was a little late challenge. Jack Hughes on Mark Sneyd, and I think they realised the importance of Mark Sneyd. He is going to be the offensive catalyst. Everything goes through him, his kicking game. But if there is a question mark on his game, it's his defence, but also the big game temperament. They will put pressure on him.
Well, they have very different approaches to this cup final day. Hull had a resounding win against Catalan just over a week ago, when Mark Sneyd was in imperious form. And Warrington had to do it tough against Castleford, so they've had very, very different build-ups to the game, but each would say that theirs was the perfect platform. Danny Houghton is the man at dummy half again. It's Watts who will drive it in. He and Taylor, very much a bedrock of Hull's season. Houghton scampering away from half again. Quickly up goes Atkins to make that tackle.
Very good defence.
Sixth tackle coming up, so they'll probably go aerial here. Up it goes, off the boot of Sneyd. It's not got a lot of distance on it, and it's allowed to bounce, and Warrington get the ball back.
Yeah, disappointing end there to that set. They built up a reasonable field position because of the error from Westerman, but it was just too easy for Warrington to field that kick and to defuse the situation.
Yeah, I agree with John. Very poor kick to finish the first set they have in the red zone of Warrington. You'll have to put a little bit more height on it. You can compete for it.
And there's Sandow with a kick from behind the 40-metre mark, but connected safely enough by Jamie Shaw. He's got a little room. Sandow is immediately up there after it, and in that chase with Gidley. And it's the forwards who get there to make the tackle a good one.
That was a really good kick, wasn't it, from Sandow, and he followed that kick up with great energy, leading the chase. So you've got to say the ends of set at the minute are going Warrington's way.
Jack, you're going to hold the 10. 3 release. Jack with me, hold. Wait.
He's going to be such an important factor today, isn't he? He's a catalyst for so much that is good for Warrington, is Chris Sandow. But you could say that about so many individuals on both sides this afternoon.
That's great play by the Hull backs there. They just stepped up. They took the pressure off their forwards. Fanoa Tumavavi was in there. Shaw did well, and now look where they end up. It's an easier kick for Sneyd.
Sixth tackle again. Sneyd's just looking for the touchline here, or at the very least for the corner. He gets the touchline, and that roar you hear is the Hull fans who love to chant out the name of Sneyd more or less every time he puts boots to ball, whether he's kicking goals or kicking for touch.
Well, there'll be a lot of chanting today because he's going to do a lot of kicking, and it will have to be good kicking as demonstrated there. But I'm with Jonathan there. That was a really good set by Hull FC. They're not only big forwards, they're a big team, and it was those three quarters that got them going forward, and Sneyd obviously finished the set off there with a good kick into the corner. They've left Warrington with the challenge of 90 metres to go, guys, if you're going to come up with anything.
Yeah, they'll just look for the mistake now, turn the ball over in the Warrington 20-metre area. Be like a game of chess for the first 10-15 minutes, try and force the error.
Monty Russell.
That was good marker work though, obviously clued up about Russell there, who takes off so often from that dummy half position.
This is Hill.
Release, Danny.
So there's 3 tackles gone so far in this particular set, and Hull just beyond their own 20. Ashton Sims trying to do some damage down the middle. Damaging was the effort from Watson, stopping him. Sandow lobs it downfield. It's a 7-iron type of a kick, but it's taken easily enough by Shaw. He's got the confidence to put the pass into Michaels, and Michaels struggles up to the 35-metre mark.
Well, a lot of energy there put into that set by Hull FC defensively. They front-loaded the energy, and the reward was fielding the ball 30 metres from their own line. So already they're in midfield.
Minicello.
This guy's been a brilliant signing for Hull. Minicello.
Second year at this club, Mark Minicello. And the brother of Anthony, of course, the former Australian fullback.
Come on, back, Joe, come on.
Houghton to Ellis, and you talk about good signings. What about this fella, especially this season? Gareth Ellis, what a year he's been having. 6th tackle coming up. Back it goes to Timovavi. His role today is going to be pretty crucial in that standoffs position. Sneed's kick is sliced high. It's not where he meant it, but what about that for a little volley? And then the chase is on here, and Russell is back there. Impromptu chase by him from the impromptu kick from Sneed. It wasn't a bad effort.
Well, it was unusual to say the least, wasn't it? Almost worked out for the black and whites of Hull FC, but that's great work from Rhys Evans there. Got them going forward, popped the offload out, and they've now cleared their own 20-metre zone.
Yeah, improvisation by Sneed, but again the kick was poor, the execution on the last tackle.
Hill again.
At the moment, defences are solid, quick line speed, not many offloads, just a couple there by Warrington.
In by Ashton Sims. 6th tackle coming up, so Sandow again is the go-to man. Up it goes, Shaw underneath it, keeps a steady nerve and a steady eye on that. He's not under too much pressure.
And again, I don't think the coach will be very happy with the execution of the kick. There's no pressure on Shaw, it's the first up and under. You've got to put pressure on the full back so you can compete for it. This is the improvisation by Sneed.
Free release. Come on, Chris, we've got to sort the 10. Come on.
Rolling in. Picture's looking really lush, isn't it? But we can't underline enough how conditions are going to play their part here today. It is so warm and so close. It is a draining atmosphere.
Yeah, very muggy.
Timovavi with a pass on the inside. Taylor's rattled. Advancing.
That was a great
Warrington
tackle.
defence. And it comes to Sneed again, who's going to try and slide one for the corner. How about that? How about that? Has he got his kicking game today, John Keir?
Well, he's done 2 really good ones where he's put it over the sideline in the corner, 2 indifferent ones. But I think that may well be a tactic from Lee Ratford and the Hull FC side. Put the ball over the sideline so they maintain the energy levels.
I think that is the case as well, John. I think he's put 2 kicks. As I said, the bigger side are the Hull players. So you'd expect them to lose a bit more energy towards the game. So if he kicks over the touchline, they walk to the scrum and they get water.
Let's hear from the touchline. Damien Johnson down there has got some news. Damien.
Right, let's get the heads in. Darryl, head in.
It's 23 degrees out there, not that warm, but the humidity 60%, sapping conditions. We've seen the water carriers on already, and it's a big hole forward back cope in the latter end of the game.
Well, that's not going to help their cause, but it will help Warrington. A penalty here, which makes the job of clearing their lines much easier.
It's a bit of a piggyback, isn't it, there for interference at the rock. But he's failed to find touch.
There's a big decision by the touch judge.
That's a big
saying
call.
that Michaels put a foot on the line, I think, here.
I think it's a great effort for him to catch it. Maybe he should have just tapped it back because there was players around him. Unfortunately, does his foot come down on the touchline? Yes, it does.
Good call, Mr. Woodhead.
Good call by the touch judge.
Well, that was almost a waste, wasn't it? That penalty there to piggyback them upfield into good field
Get the
position.
formation right, lads, heads in.
They've got the head and feet with a bit of fortune there. Great effort by Michaels, but again, Jonathan, I agree with you, to pound it back into the field of play whilst in mid-air would have been the best play.
You can tell how warm it is, by the way. It's melting the letters off Michaels' shirt. He's already lost his aim in his eye.
Second release, Danny!
So Warrington, with a couple of tackles gone, but in a good position here. Westerman has knocked on. Well, he was a bit of a dart building up to the match, wasn't he, Joe Westerman, because of an ankle injury he picked up last week. He said he's had a few sleepless nights because of that. Slept well on Thursday night and no doubt last night, but against his former team, he's just made a couple of mistakes here.
Yeah, he just took his eye off it there.
It's disappointing though, Jonathan, isn't it? Because the two errors that Warrington have made have both come from Joe Westerman. First of all, a forward pass early in the piece, and then that stone-cold drop. You've got to reel them in on days like this, because if you're going to give the opposition the ball, your energy levels just dip straight away.
Stefan, head in. Time on. Out.
So Hull's turn to take advantage. A better field position than they might have expected at the end of that set. Rolling it forward again here.
Release!
Here's Houghton at dummy half. Suckerman told to go back and play the ball where he was tackled, stealing a yard or two. Ellis, Sneed, Minicello with a step, and the offload just behind Sneed, so they've lost a yard or two.
I think Hughes has got the job of unsettling Sneed. That's another late tackle, just making him aware that I'm going to be in your face all game. You're not going to have the time to just take and give the pass and kick.
Danny Houghton with a kick out of dummy half. That's the other ace they have up their sleeve, don't they? If Sneed's under pressure, Houghton can take over.
It's a very effective ace as well, isn't it, David? Great kick there out of dummy half. It's so difficult to pressure. And first tackle of the Warrington set within their own 20 metres.
Evans.
Second
rugby league career for himself and his brother Ben Evans likewise when they played in the 2005 Challenge Cup final curtain raiser in Cardiff for the Brinteg Comprehensive School. Spotted by the scouts, moved north, became rugby league stars.
Great rugby school, Brinteg.
Here's a dash and a dart from Clark. But that's the end of the set, or at least it will be with the next tackle. So what are they going to do here? Ratchford asking the question with a kick. Michaels answers it consummately with a great take. And the push-off of Sandow. And on he goes. Michaels now clears the 30-metre mark. Runs into Hill.
That was a big play though, was it, from Michaels? It really was. He was under pressure taking the ball. Not only did he take it, he paid it back with interest with a 30-metre run.
Brilliant run by Michaels.
Now Ellis
just
crossing the boundary between the halves. Hull making up the metres here in this particular set. They're going to finish in a strong position. Houghton runs away, and they have to panic around him quickly, the Warrington defenders, to put him down. Final play in the set again. Here it goes to Sneed, another kick, high, Evans underneath it, being protected by teammates. In fact, I think it was King in the end who took it, but Warrington had it back.
Well, if you're not going to control the tackle, the speed of the tackle, these two hookers are going to make the most of it. Real good sniping breaks by both players.
As this game goes on, we're expecting points.
Big defence going at the moment, crunching tackles. And again,
inside the 40 here is Chris Sandow. This could be a huge kick if it goes out, because it has given Warrington the head and feet at the scrum. The 40-20. It's a massive, massive weapon in any side's armoury if you can produce a kick like that, because kicking from behind the 40 and beyond the 20 gives Warrington the head and feet in the attacking position here.
It is in conditions like this as well. That's a repeat set for the Warrington Wolves, and that was so clever. Sandow, before he received the ball, he looked exactly where the receivers for Hull FC was. He changed the angle of his kick and bounced it over the sideline there, 10 metres away from the Hull line. That's absolute quality skill from the scrum half.
It's great because he checked his run. He was aware of where he was. He made sure that he stayed in that 40-metre area, and as John said, early in the tackle count, the wings hadn't dropped back. Plenty of space, and the bounce favoured Warrington.
So the first real, proper attack belongs to Warrington. What do they make of this position? Evans repelled in the first instance, but there are 5 more waves of that kind of effort to come here.
And that was the right winger, Dave, right over on the left wing, that shaped up completely differently from the scrum there, the Warrington Wolves.
Westerman takes it in. Here's Clark out of dummy half. Gidley towards Hughes, who's shot down. Ratchford rolls up again. Gidley once more with all his experience, offering it on to Hill.
Short this side.
It's Sims who's gone in at dummy half. A little grubber kick through, but that's fielded easily enough. And Hull have it back again. Shaw, the fullback, doing his job well.
Well, it just goes to show how small the differences are, and that was a poor pass from Ashton Scrims at dummy half that made it a poor kick from Sando, but Hull have handled that. They're coming away with gusto.
Danny Houghton goes to the middle. Watts driving it forward. Robbie Hunter-Paul, what are you thinking?
That is an absolutely massive defensive set by Hull FC. We're right at that point in the game where at the 14-minute mark, right when the players are hitting their first wall physically, energy levels are very low, but they were able to dig deep and make sure that they kept Warrington scoreless. Massive defensive set.
There's another kick out of dummy half from Danny Houghton. Ratchford back there to collect it. He's got Russell for company, but he's going to take it into the 40-metre line.
Again on tackle 4, wasn't it, from Houghton, because he just wanted the land. He wanted to get into Warrington half, but there's just a bit of looseness occurring in the ruck there. That was Matty Russell from dummy half, almost get his nose through.
Sims, effort, and then the offload, and Gidley's involved, and Hughes as well. King's going no further.
I think Warrington are winning the tackle area because they're not getting that roll on, which gives Horton and Sneed, you know, the armchair ride.
Fourth, move Gareth.
There's Hill, who's taken it in. Sandow's tester again over the top. Michaels has to deal with this inside his own in-goal area, and he's not going to get out. It was Sandow, having put the kick in, who makes the definitive tackle there, and it means that Hull will have to drop out from underneath their own sticks.
He's having a big start, doesn't he, Sandow, to this game. 60 minutes gone, his kicking's been precise. He's just, you know, varying the kicking game as well. The grub with the long kick, the 40-20. He's just keeping the back three of Hull on their toes.
They really are, and he's making his kicks into excellent kicks by his chase, because he's not only putting boot to ball, but immediately is reacting and is leading that chase team.
It's a kick away by Sneed. Sandow with the trap. Decent first touch. And forward comes Chris Hill.
Guys, Chris, move!
I can tell you what, Dave, after 16 minutes we've got a real final here. This is a final. Points in this game are going to be hard to come by, despite the weather conditions.
Clark, 20 metres away. Hill, Gidley. He's the dummy, but he's wrapped up by Midicello with the help of Danny Horton. They're only 10 metres away here. Westerman bundling forward. Westerman goes for the line, and very nearly determination got him there.
On the goal line.
But not quite. Now Clark, Gidley. Hughes can't get a pass away.
Yeah, just had to hold his depth there a little bit.
So here comes the final play in this set. Gidley again, rolling it forward. Oh, it's taken superbly by Sikamanu, is that? Yes, it is. Here comes running forward. Well,
they were looking for the repeat set once again, Warrington, but a great take by Manu. They've got to settle now, finish this set. The very good kick to finish Hull, get some field position, relieve the pressure on them. They've taken, you know, a lot of pressure from Warrington.
Hold, wait.
Well, there's some breathing going on out there, isn't there? Some puffing and blowing and trying to get oxygen in there. There's Chris Green, who's on from the interchange bench. Well, you see there's not much in it, is there, in terms of territory? Kick is going to hold up. That's
good kick.
That's a very good kick, isn't it?
And a good chase.
Ratchford brings it out. And the kicking game from both sides today has been a real feature of note.
Well, kicking game is one thing, but also the lack of headers as well. You've got to complete your set when it's weather conditions like this, because it is draining.
As the boy said, you know, pre-match, John and Brian, Warrington want to play the game quick. They want to keep that tempo up.
And it comes towards Curry. He's going to slide the whole half. Atkins.
5. Leave him.
A handful of himself
Go.
for those Hull defenders to deal with. Gidley again it's coming towards the end of the set, so again it's just an efficient kick towards the touchline and make Hull start from as deep as possible inside their own half.
Well, it's 20 minutes gone, nearly 20 minutes gone, there's nothing in this, absolutely nothing. We thought this was going to be very tight. You know, it's just now they're just pressing at each other, testing each other out. Maybe Warrington have a better field position a little bit, but as we thought, but there's absolutely nothing in this game.
Yeah, if you're going to win Challenge Cups, you've got to push yourself to places you've never been before. And interestingly, because there's been no scoring, this is a water break. The temperatures are so high. Obviously, hydration will be a problem for the players. And because it's been a natural break with the ball going out of over the sideline, the water carriers are on the field and they're getting some water into the players for the players to hydrate.
And just while we have this little break, it's worth mentioning that Rugby League very much in mourning this week as well, with the sad passing away of Steve Gartland, the 45-year-old ex-player with Rochdale, Oldham and Swinton. He was a coach as well, and he is being missed by many inside Wembley today, and I know his family will be hurting very much at the moment, but a lot of people's thoughts in Rugby League will be with Steve Gartland's family at this moment, I'm sure.
Don't move! Ashton, come on! Come on!
Danny Houghton out of dummy half. Here comes Green.
This is a tough game, both physically and psychological, because the ball has been out of play from kicks, but there's only been one penalty as well. So the amount of time that the players will have to be carrying the ball, tackling, is phenomenal.
I have to say, Jack Hughes is putting a shift in. He is putting some big hits in. Making his presence for Scott, Taylor getting up slowly. And
that's a poor kick. So that's a bounce, which might make it a little better, but it's into the hands of Matty Russell.
Well, Warrington are renowned as a good kick pressure team, and they are getting up there and putting pressure on the Hull kickers, and we've seen 3 sort of indifferent kicks because of that.
3 different kickers, Sneed is the one that usually finishes the set off, or it's Horton, but the pressure is on.
Andy Westwood's on the field. There's a character to add to the mix. As Warrington begin to move relentlessly forward again here.
Yeah, I think Bale is taking a breather. Bale is out there as well, Dave.
There's another character to add to the mix. Here's Curry.
Okay.
Keeps it alive. Good offload. Sandow jogging across that whole line, tempting and teasing them, but Minicello comes out and decides you're going on your backside, fella.
He was just looking to get on the outside of Minicello.
Gidley gets a kick away. Michaels is trying to force himself through that crowd of defenders to get there, couldn't quite, but the bounce is kind to Hull. Is it? Let's have a look what the decision is here. Yes, kind to Hull, head and feet to Hull.
I think that's the one big difference at the moment, is the kick pressure. When they've been in the opposition, 20-metre area, the high kicks are better. It's been very difficult for the Hull back 3 to take the clean ball. That could have bounced anywhere.
Yeah, if you put the ball up in that area, it becomes a contest. Although Warrington weren't successful there, that's a ploy that is well worth continuing with.
Get on the 20, lads. Head in, Stefan, come on. Time on.
We've hardly mentioned Gareth Hughes so far, the referee, which is always a good sign, isn't it?
Always a good sign.
Okay,
well, it's just the one penalty, isn't it? That's all.
Yeah.
Really good appointment as well by the Rugby Football League as well, isn't it? Part-time referee. And it gives
release.
Inspiration to others. That you can come from the amateur ranks. He was refereeing Rochdale Mayfield against Rochdale in the early rounds of the Challenge Cup, and here he is on the Challenge Cup final stage itself, and if on cue he gives a penalty to Hull FC.
I don't think he had much option, to tell you the truth.
Clear penalty.
Well side, Danny.
The tackle's completed, and then there's another effort as Minicello tries to regain his feet. So I think that matter was taken out of Gareth Hughes' hand.
That's a good kick as well. Very good kick. Good yard. There he is. Big. Frank is on.
Frank, the tank. Maybe not had quite the impact that Hull were expecting throughout the season, but this is the kind of stage on which he can show his absolute pedigree.
Release, Ryan. We are Brad Hall. Go.
Michaels. Sneed offering it inside, a big crashing tackle from Benny Westwood, but it's picked up by Danny Houghton. He runs into more bruising shoulders, but at least keeps possession for Hull.
Great.
Westwood makes his mark.
It was marvellous inside pressure there, wasn't it, on Sneed? And they're making sure he's not having a comfortable afternoon.
He's having a little look as well. As soon as he passed that ball, he had a little look.
Scott Taylor, the sixth tackle this. I'm not sure Hull knew about that immediately, but now they do, because the kick from Sneed is a troubler for Ratchford, but he smothers possession back, diving into tackle. But look where they start from again. Inside their own 10.
But both sides have done exceptionally well there. Good run, Bailey.
Hands out, go!
Bailey plays it quickly, and Evans can pick it up and have a gallop himself towards the 40-metre mark. Damien on the touchline. What are you saying, Damien?
Yes, Gareth Ellis, the Hull skipper, has got an ice pack on his neck. He came off a moment ago, replaced by Frank the Tank Pritchard. He's under an umbrella, actually, sheltering from the sun. Bit of concern about that injury to his neck.
So the kick is taken by Shaw.
First, movement! Go!
Newman back there from dummy half.
Release! Come on, back, Ben! Go. Keep working with 10, Ben.
16 minutes of the half.
Poor pass.
A clumsy effort from Talanoa.
That's not his fault. That is a poor pass. That's a tired pass, and Talanoa is very difficult. Just watch. As the ball comes out, that is a difficult pass to take. I think it's Tumavavi who passed it. That's not Talanoa's fault.
I'm with you, Jonathan, there. You've got to be better than that with your dummy half pass, because straight away you've just put the receiver under pressure, and look what the pressure's resulted. They're 30 metres away from the Hull FC line.
He's coming in to relieve the pressure off the forwards, take an easy hit up, and it's a poor pass.
16 minutes of the half remaining.
Head in front. Push it back down. Tam on.
A very good position. Warrington find themselves in here as they seek the left-hand side. Atkins is bobbing the ball back inside for Toby King.
Hold Frank, wait.
Slowish to his feet here. Ratchford to Sandow. Only Westwood urging again towards the 20-metre mark. Central, they can work either side. It's Dwyer who runs it to that right-hand flank. Gives them a little buzz of electricity when he comes on from the bench in the dummy half roll. It's offered and given to Sandow. Ratchford comes into the line. They're trying to create the numbers. It's Atkins who bundles his way over with the offload, and he just couldn't quite take it in there, Matty Russell. If he had, it would have been a try, but he didn't, so it's not. And Hull FC give themselves high fives all around for another big defensive effort.
Well, they deserve that, because they've helped the mates there. The error gave one into the field position. It's a nice shift from right to left there. Atkins just was bought that bit of space by Ratchford, but the urgency there of the right side of the Hull FC defence to cover for the friend, cover for the teammate, is apparent for all to see.
I thought Steve Michaels did exceptionally well there. You know, I think they just created that little overlap, and he had to make a call, and he came in and he held Atkins up and made Atkins make a decision whether I offload or take the tackle. Brilliant play, you know, by Warrington, but also Steve Michaels as well on the right wing for Hull.
It's hot and steamy and intense.
It
remains scoreless. But Hull FC begin the long, slow path back towards the Warrington half.
No points, Dave. No, 26 minutes to be gone, but this is a great game.
Yeah. Real high quality from both sides. Certainly in defence. Mano with the offload was just patched by Hanley. Dinley was hoping to intercept, but Hull keep it. Coming their way back towards the halfway line. Denny Hansen at dummy half. Sixth tackle. So Sneed, ball hits his fingertips and he drops it to his boot and he leathers it downfield. And he'll hope it's holding up, but it's not.
Great pressure again, though, wasn't it? Warrington really are giving him a torrid time. They've worked very, very hard on pressuring this guy's skills, realising he's such a large part of this Hull FC team.
Last year he was taken off early as well, so you know there is a question mark, and they put pressure on him. You know what you've got to do now. You've got to take the pressure off him a little bit. You know, just take the kicks off him, protect him a little bit, but he is also going to step back a little bit further, take the pressure off himself, give him extra yard and make sure the kick is good. He doesn't have to stand as flat now. They are chasing him.
Dwyer at dummy half is forced to knock the ball to the ground. And
Chris Green, great play by Chris Green. Dwyer holding the ball in two hands. Green played at his arm and forced the error. Real clever play there from the big interchange prop forward. See here, Dwyer picks the ball, two hands, plays at the arm, nothing at all wrong with that, just smart play, force the error. Hull FC head and feed.
Are ready, lads? Come on, let's get in. Let's go.
so we all take a breather. Chris Green having earned his side. Possession back again here, all things being equal from this scrum. Leeds ball dropped forward.
Yeah, okay. Come on,
He's
let's
the most
go.
prolific of try scorers, Chris Green.
Let's
It's his
go, boys, let's get our
84th
heads in.
appearance today. He's only crossed the whitewash 6 times.
Let's see. Time up. Out!
Water carriers are playing a valuable role today. Could do with one of them up here, actually, couldn't
First,
we?
Ryan, release!
Great line
Okay,
speed
wait.
again from Jack
Ryan,
Hughes, wasn't it,
go.
from that scrum play.
Steve with a pass.
Two moves!
Again, he's made a
Back
tackle
battle,
there
hold
on everyone.
Minichella will go out from dummy half and test them immediately down that blind side and swung his hips
That's 3 tackles.
as if he wanted to get it away, but he couldn't quite. But look where they are, 10 metres inside the Warrington half. Hatton back towards the middle, and here comes Pritchard.
Back, Ryan, work
He's
it on.
put down.
Go.
35 out. Hatton again, still tackles in the bag. They're reaching, they're testing. The pass is to Shaw, who goes back towards the middle. He keeps it alive, and Pritchard goes again.
Man, I know, Jack!
That's the
Okay.
fifth. Here comes the last. So it's going to be Sneed again with a little cross-field kick, but Ratchford had that read really well and caught it so easily. But Warrington have to start from there again, only 12 from their own line.
Yeah, and a nice little ploy, you know, might be towards the latter end of this half, just to put some inside passes in to test the big fellas with repeat sets, with repeat efforts. So if they've made one tackle inside ball, make them make another, and you might well get a quick ruck.
But also, you are going to get tired. Your players are going to get lazy. So the inside ball, when you just drop off the defensive line.
This is high effort, isn't it, on an exhausting afternoon from both sides. Atkins
5 releases!
just inside Hull territory, but they've run out of tackles, so Sandow will welly it downfield.
That's a good kick, that is, I tell you.
Shaw watches it swirl and curl, but catches it safely.
That was a good take. It was spiraling all over the place, wasn't it there?
It looked
really well.
It looked an easy take, but that was a difficult kick. It was spiralling.
2! Double with me! Go.
Whichever teams wins this, they're going to earn these medals. They really are.
3 hands out!
Diane, we've yet to see a score, half an hour played. And here comes Pritchard down the middle again.
On that charge, wasn't he?
He'll run the tank empty today, won't he, Frank the Tank? In this big
step.
atmosphere. Oh, and that's a wonderful little step and half break by Yeaman right down the middle. 5 gone, here comes the 6, but a bit of momentum is with Hull at the moment. So Mavavi puts the kick over the top. There's no real hard chase here, so Ratchford gets there. But again, it's a draining position from which they start.
I thought he should have gone through the hands. It's a penalty. With that break, he should have gone through the hands. It was the last tackle. It was on the go. They were unorganised on the left-hand side, Warrington.
But interesting, Jonathan, wasn't it? The break was made in the middle,
Yes.
and it was by a 3/4 going at the big men.
And that's what's going to happen. As they tire, the quick feet will expose the bigger forwards.
20 players, Frank. Hold. Wait, Josh.
It ain't going to be the 50-0 we saw last year.
That's a safe bet, that, Dave.
As I say.
First move! Hold, Danny.
And it is a game with a replay. If it's all square at the end of the 80 minutes, by the way, it's the only professional game in the world of rugby league, I think, which can provoke a replay.
Hold. Go.
With here in Australia, every other match golden point, whether it's a knockout contest or not. We're a long way away from that, and Clemens drops it, but
Good tackle.
there's another knock on as well, I think.
Talanoa in making the tackle. I think he's knocked on in making the tackle.
And then feed Warrington.
It's a good read. There's an offload. Just watch, he goes in. There's a little offload. One pass. He had to make the tackle, so he's unlucky. Had to make the tackle. Knock on.
Yeah. The referee got that right. Great play by Hughes again. You can see he's going to make the tackle. and it's come off Talanoa in a forward direction. But that was a good read, and he had to make it because there was a threat down that Warrington right-hand side. It's a good game, this. It's a good game.
Jamie,
It's a game that's going to erupt, isn't it? You feel it's going to erupt. Real tense, hard battle, real high quality kicking games, defensive games. Second half, the second act. You can see the tries come pouring in. Ratchford goes to the middle. Sandow offering it away for Ryan Bailey.
I don't think they're going to come pouring in because at the moment, Dave, defence of both sides is brilliant.
Switching towards his left-hand side, but Clark can see nothing, so goes for the middle, and his opposite number, Danny Houghton, is there to make the tackle.
Interesting is what he's got Dwyer and Clark on, Dave, as well for the closing minutes of this
half.
half.
That's given away, and it's picked up by Talanoa. So they've had their positions, haven't they, Warrington? Yes. 2 or 3 times when Hull's defence has come up with a smarts, and now they get a penalty and a chance to clear it away.
Well, Warrington just need to remain composed, but it's a heck of a defensive effort, is it, from Hull FC, and it's typified on the left-hand side by that man Talanoa, whose reads on the edge are outstanding.
Minicello did well there as well, he spotted it, but Dwyer there he wasn't sure, he felt he was offside. He wasn't offside, and he timed his run to perfection, but only one decision counts, and that's the referee.
Well, it's a big set here now. Hull started inside the Warrington half. But how deep can they go? Back it goes to Danny Houghton. Minicello comes on at pace, but well stopped, but the offload, and Houghton was waiting. And inside it goes for Watts now, and he'll charge down the middle, and he offloads. They're taking some fuel out of the Warrington tank here in this set, as Bowden now is eventually put down. 3 tackles in 1 there. 3 times, big efforts from Warrington, but only 1 counted because of the offloads. Pritchard, but then it's intercepted by Chris Sandow, and Chrissy Sandow will go skidding away. It's Shaw who's in hot pursuit, and he's dragged his man down and pulled him down. What a recovery from Shaw, but Warrington are still up there. It's with Russell, and Russell is over the line. And in one dramatic moment, this Wembley final bursts wide open, and it's Warrington who have the opening score.
Well, it's a mistake, but brilliant play. You have to watch it. He reads the intercept exceptionally well. I think it's a forward, I think it is. He reads it well, but what a chase by JB Shaw. He didn't give up. He ran Sandow down, and then Russell kept his composure. But we thought, just watch. He just reads the play. He sees Pritchard. It's an early pass. He's read it. He taps it up, and he's away. But what a chase, John.
Well,
what a chase.
I'll tell you, at this point, we're all saying this is a try for Sandow, but look at Shaw in the background there. He works so hard. Russell's trying to make him alter the line of his run, but he must have made 10 metres up there on Sandow. But real good work by Matty Russell. No panic, loads of composure, and over he goes there by the post. Very, very good try indeed. Well done, young man, Mr. Russell. You just kept your head, and you've got your reward. Great try.
And up they go, the primrose and blue.
And again, that'll be demoralising for Hull because they defended exceptionally well. They'd absorbed all the pressure from the Warrington play, and then when they were on the attack, the intercepts are a psychological blow for now for Hull. They've got to come back strong.
Gidley puts it over. Warrington lead by 6 points to 0 as half-time creeps closer.
Well, I was with Jonathan, Dave. I thought the momentum had switched towards Hull, but it was that fantastic interception from Sandow, and then that quality finish there from Matty Russell that's turned this game on its head. But this is a test of the Hull FC's character, of Hull FC's belief.
So, the referee says backwards, it's okay.
Yeah, and any kid that watches the game or plays rugby league, you know, Sandow, he turns his back and shoulder towards his own touchline. If he drops it, it's not the knock-on.
And once again, it was a touch judge, Mr. Woodhead, who gave the referee the call there, and it is the correct call.
3, Mark Rees.
Hughes on the right-hand side for Warrington. Ratchford is the man in at dummy half. There's a bit of a gap there that he glimpsed,
Well,
but it closed up quickly.
Warrington, 17 dummy half runs to
Now
9.
Clark away and looks for support and finds it in King. Toby King has got support as well. Oh, there's a real heavy collision there in the middle. There's bodies on the ground.
5. Okay.
One of those, though, was Dwyer. He's back up on his feet. It's Gidley, pushes it backwards. Hughes picks it up. Warrington are desperate for another quick-fire try. But that was, I think, the 6th tackle, so it's a handover. Hull have it back again.
Bodies everywhere.
We're going to have to hold it up here.
Yeah, it's absolutely draining, isn't it, this? Well, that's full-blooded commitment, isn't it? Whatever it takes. I'm going to do whatever it takes to prevent a try. Nothing illegal. It's just a matter of urgency, desperation, determination to prevent that try.
Yeah, I think he got in the way there. He had to go. He run in between the ball carrier, so he had to make the tackle there. So that's never a penalty.
And it's Michaels again.
Yes.
He's having a some game.
You think he got in the way? You think?
Well, he was. Hey,
He got in the way.
he couldn't get to the ball carrier, so it's a great tackle. It's commitment.
3.5 minutes and a half remaining. And once we've cleared up the debris here on the field, it'll be Hull who have possession back. But so close to their own line. And so close to conceding a second time in the blink of an eye. So
Time on, come on.
How enjoyable is this game?
Come on.
Hull
First, Darrell, hand out.
to pommel their way back as far as they can inside for Warrington territory. Taken in
Hold,
by
wait.
Watts.
That's good run, Watts.
Houghton comes to this right-hand side. It's another
3 right and
muscular
leave him.
effort that
On Chris.
Saxon defending Sukumanu, the right second rower on that occasion. Watts' pass. There's an umbrella of defenders.
They were going so well there. Good set as well. I know that's
Picked up by Han. How sharp has he been from this position today?
Well, he's been outstanding to say. He's been out there in the position he plays for 37 minutes in this heat.
And Sneed will go for the kick behind a 40, but it was never a 40-20 attempt. It's just to get it downfield as far as you can. Ratchford collects and Evans will bring it back at pace here. Runs in hard. And ricochets with a couple that sends them
Wait, Josh.
spinning back a little to get another 5 yards further downfield. Here's a try scorer.
2 move.
Matty Russell.
Come on, wait for it. Wait.
A Wembley try scorer. But he's hurt.
Second tackle.
He's hurt.
Yeah, every time there's a stoppage in play, the guys from the side, they're covering some metres as well. Getting onto the field, out onto the field, water carriers. There's the incident there.
I think he just copped the knee in. He copped the knee to the head.
Nothing illegal whatsoever by that. Just a collision, an unfortunate accident.
Very much a part of the Scottish team. And the Four Nations at the end of the domestic season. Matty Russell, he'll be in Steve McCormack's Scotland squad, I'm sure, when they take on England, Australia and New Zealand. Matches you can see, of course, here on the BBC, that Four Nations tournament in late October and November. Well, they're still smiling, they're still enjoying themselves, they're only 6 points behind, so why not? The sun is out, the game is up.
And the story's not half written yet, Dave. There's plenty more to come. It's been high quality.
Here's Hill, carrying it forward with determination, as he always does.
Leave him.
You know, Jamie Pico said in Studio Hill, he looks very dangerous, ball in hand, steps.
This is Curry.
Offloads everything, doesn't he?
Big miss here for Hull. We mentioned him when he went off injured, but is Gareth Ellis, isn't it? Still not back out there, is he? I don't think. Gidley with a kick to touch, and out it goes. I mean, he's been such an inspirational part of the Warrington side, especially the pack, hasn't he, Gareth Ellis, this season? They are missing him.
The whole side.
Hull side.
Did I say Warrington?
Yeah.
Sorry, whole side, the whole side. There he is.
He'll be back out there. Interesting there that he's gone for the sidelines, Gidley there, just to try and generate some energy once again to contain this Hull FC go forward. But if Warrington do get the ball, Jonathan, in a suitable position, do you think they'll be tempted to drop a goal?
With defence, as tight as this, yes. And they might have one chance again. Set's got to be good.
Play on!
Burton running away, crossing the 20-metre mark.
Ben, 10 metres! Hold!
Challenge Cup final boiling up nicely here.
If they do this well, they might not have a chance to
Hands out, Jack!
have a set.
Houghton. It's Liam Watts. Oh, and he's had the ball wrestled from him, and it went backwards anyway from Warrington's point of view. So
now you go for it.
Yep.
Now you go. 3 tackles down the middle.
Quick plays up the middle and try and get that 1-pointer.
Unless they run out of time before it's played. There's only 30 seconds left in the half.
Well, the urgency. You got Sando's in control there, so one more run. Go on, take it on the middle. Sando. He's knocked a few important ones over this year.
That's a great carry, isn't it, from Hill?
Well, Chris Sandow is not going to go for the drop goal. He's going to go for the pass. The ball has gone to ground. Hull very nearly got it back. I think that will be the end of the half. The referee has given a scrum down head and feed for Hull, but they're not going to have time to pack themselves in because the hooter sounds. It's been a draining, but thoroughly entertaining. Low scoring, but edge of the seat stuff first half. Matty Russell's score, by the way, in the 34th minute, the only score so far. And Gidley's goal giving it a 6-0 lead to Warrington at half-time. But plenty more to come. We're going to go down to the touchline. And Lee Radford says Mike Bassett, but we think he was pulling our legs. And we think they had a more low-key affair of handing them to each other, which you did in 2005, John Keir. You handed to each other as a whole coach.
That's correct, because it's about us against the world. And that's the attitude that they'll need to take. And for me, Hull FC, this second half, it's a bit like the semi-final, which was nip and tuck against Wigan. And they came out in the first quarter of the third quarter of the game, and they offloaded, and they really caused Wigan some problems. So, as John Wilkie suggested, a 2-pass kick behind the upcoming Warrington defence, some inside plays or some early plays.
Well, it's set wonderfully well, isn't it? Just the one score in it at the moment. We wait to see if it gets blown wide open, or whether it stays tight and tense for what remains. So much at stake from both sides' point of view. Here's Ratchford at dummy half. The first set of the second half comes to an end with Sandow putting boot to ball high in the air. And Michaels catches safely enough. And the tackle is made.
Oh, he's stolen it.
He's lost it. Lost it. That's a terrific effort by Atkins, and then they get a penalty because Hull rolling on, and immediately the coach and the ex-player alongside me say 2 points.
Yeah.
Go for goal.
It's not like Tony Smith. Tony Smith's philosophy is to keep the ball in play, but I'll tell you,
not today.
Not today. Not today. It's all about the scoreboard, and it doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or 101. The prize is the same.
Yeah, that was frustration. Again, the ball are going to have a clean catch. I'm sure that's going to be peppered, that corner of the field. The sun is very much in the eyes of the centre and the wing on the right-hand side for Hull. So it was a very good take by Michaels, but then lost his focus, and Atkins was into the steal the ball in frustration and giving the penalty away. So that's a bonus for Warrington so early in the second half. They're waiting for the tee now.
It's a big kick, this. It looks, you'd say it's simple for the kicker of Gidley's ability, but in these conditions...
Well, interesting that he was swinging the leg around, wasn't he? He was going through a few shadow kicks, if you like, almost as if it's come a little early in the half. He's not properly warmed up again in this second half.
I just think that the guy running on with the tee is a bit fatigued as well. I think he took an age to get there, so he was just, staying relaxed. But 9 times out of 10, he'd kick this. This is quite a simple kick for Gidley. He'd expect to kick it.
Also, he's taking the full minute, isn't it? As part of the laws of rugby league, you've got a full minute to take the kick, and he's really milking that time. So much so that Gareth Ewers now is called the clock off.
Is it minute when the tee comes off? Because the guy carrying the tee was a bit slow. I think he's still in the changing room.
So here comes Gidley. Big moment in the cup final. Needs to give his side a 2-score lead. And he chips it cutely. Oh, he's put it wide. He's put it wide. The connection there didn't seem all that confident, did it? I mean, all things being equal, Warrington get the ball back here, the dropout on the 20, but
he slapped that.
That's 2 points missed.
That's a sitter. That's a sitter missed. It just didn't look confident, though, did it? That was my reason behind my comments. You've got to put every penalty in context, and the context there is massive pressure. Start of the second half, Challenge Cup final, and he's fluffed his lines.
He's just leant back on it and just banged, pushed it right. He'd be disappointed with that.
Well, how much do we look back on that? And then Hill has dropped the ball to compound the error. And Hull FC, who a moment ago were thinking they were going to be 8-0 behind, find themselves in position inside the Warrington half with ball in hand, only 6 behind.
As we've mentioned, momentum is massive, and now I thought that 2 points would have given him a huge momentum. But the missed kick and the mistake now really sets up Hull.
So Mavavi showing it to whoever fancies running onto this. Here comes Mahe Fanoa. Real handful, gets the ball away and keeps it alive, as does Liam Watts.
Good feet.
And again, they're making Warrington work really hard in defence here.
That's the way to do it, Dave. That's the way to do it.
A little bit of a cluster behind the rock. Danny Houghton goes wide. Or wide-ish anyway. And Hull set their camp 20 metres out. Again, it's kept alive. Houghton once more, running it back towards his left-hand side. Minicello will track back from whence he came. With a surge and an urge, he's asking a lot again of that Warrington defensive line. Houghton goes wide. The Hull fans are getting in their voices. Sneed puts the kick in. It's being chased. It's missed. And it's, in the end, Ratchford who carries it safe. Underneath the sticks, the dropout will come. Hull FC are turning up the screw now.
Well, there we've seen the riposte. We've seen inside balls, we've seen offloads, we've seen kicks behind the winger, which is exactly what we called for. That's outstanding start from Hull FC. When you felt Warrington may well be looking comfortable 8-0 up, all of a sudden they're shaking.
Make sure you respond at the goal line.
They're rattling and they're rolling.
There's an injury as well. I saw the arm go up straight away.
Well, it's highly tense at the start, but let's quickly hear what was been said at half-time from the two camps. Damien, first of all.
Well, Lee Radford walked by me a moment ago, taking up his high position in the stand, looking perfectly calm and relaxed. He's told his players he can't fault their defensive effort. They need to tackle up the last tackle play. 1 or 2 good chances have been blown in that first half. Need to work on field position, create some opportunities by backing up the dummy half.
Well, in the Warrington camp, Tony Smith very happy with the first half from his side. He said defence is going to be key and we need to respect the ball. He's told them to up the tempo, keep the kick chase good and try and pin Hull in their own half. Just a word on the conditions. Both sides had huge crates of ice taken into the dressing room at half-time.
Oh, here comes Bowden making the break. Houghton runs away from dummy half again. Gets the pass away. And step back on the inside from Carlos Sibomani. Chopped down. Less than 10 away. The ball goes to ground. The referee says it's another 6 tackles. It got a Warrington touch. So here comes Houghton. And to that right-hand side goes Liam Watts, who's that close to the Warrington line. Houghton stands and waits and punches it out to the right-hand side. Oh, where's that kick come from? Why has he kicked it? Why has he kicked it?
Tackle one!
That's a winger playing in the centre position. That's
what? Well, he's just moved. His brain's exploded in the heat. What the heck is he doing on tackle one there?
I can't answer that, Joe.
Warrington have been let off.
Big mistake. Big mistake. I think that's when you got to keep those top 2 inches calm. He just blew it.
And Warrington run it back.
Well, certainly a different Hull side now. They were safe in the first half. They didn't look for the offload, but we've got a spate of offloads very early in the second half, and that's kind of broken the Warren defence.
George King that run, the 2 brothers on the field, Toby King and George King. Toby the younger.
His son in the eyes.
Meeting their name, there's been plenty of brothers-at-arms stories down the years, haven't there?
That's a good chase.
George, hold the 10.
In these conditions, a real good distance kick and a very good chase from the Warrington Wolves.
Curtling the muscles up.
Back pen, hold.
Tackle on the 30. whistle, no way forward again here. Gareth Ellis still isn't out there, is he? Just having a look around. Here comes Watts again.
Still not up there.
More collisions. And collected and scampered. And they're trying. Oh, it got a Warrington touch there. Oh!
No.
The referee says knock on. Is his touch judge going to help him here?
I think he will.
Yeah, the referee was unsighted, so he comes to his touch judge.
Time off.
I think this is going to be a reverse decision here.
But he can't, you know, it's a mistake, so the Hull players are going to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, well done in the end, the officiating team. They got it right in the end. Referee unsighted, saw the ball come forward. Touch judge said, let's have a look at that again. It is a touch.
Doesn't matter how they come to the decision, as long as the decision is a correct one. And that's the correct decision. Unfortunately, for Minicello, he's away, and he thought he was away, but the tackle's made, and it's a scrum. They won't calm down for a couple of minutes.
Real well there, didn't he?
The voice of wisdom. You've matured finally, Jiffy, after all these years.
Scoey?
Well, Gary Schofield, he played in that 85 final, loser that day as well, wasn't he?
There's a hooker next door to him, wasn't there?
Sneed has it back towards the middle again here.
First move!
It's knock on in the tackle. Glimpse from Manu questioning, but a grimace.
I think there's been a couple of loose carries by Hull, and Warrington have maybe just ignored the ball on this occasion. I think this is a steal. Yeah. But you've got to, you have to secure the ball. You just can't allow to carry a loose carry.
Well, what you're doing in that case is you're relying on the referee.
Yes, and there's no need to. You just got to hang on to it.
Correct. Control what you can control, and that's carrying the football securely.
Let's get in.
32 minutes to roll. 6-0 Warrington lead. Story isn't done yet. Not by a long way.
Back here, Liam. Hold.
Here's Toby King. And it's big brother George.
Move. Hold. Wait.
I think Watts copped. I think it was one of his own players.
Here with the offload. Ratchford. Well watched by the whole defence, but there's more to come here. From those in primrose and blue as Clark goes running off, and he's lost the ball. He's lost the ball. He was desperately trying to keep it alive. Too many limbs in there, and he's knocked it on, and Hull get it back again. And on come the water colours.
It's certainly exciting, isn't it? And the game's just loosening up a little, isn't it? And it might well be because of tiredness.
I do think that might favour Warrington if it loosens up.
The monumental efforts are out from both sides, really are.
It's a thoroughly enjoyable game, only one try in it. That wasn't created as a mistake, but brilliant.
Yeah, you don't need 30 points to 24 to make it a great game. When the will, desire, commitment that it is on the players in a cauldron like this, it just makes for a great event.
Liam Watts getting some attention. Gareth Ellis is still prowling the touchline. He was amongst those who were so disappointed the 2013 Challenge Cup final loss, but rather tempered by the fact that straight after the game he was driven home back to the north and witnessed the birth of, I think it was his son. So it ain't always about rugby league, is it? More important factors in life sometimes. Oh, there's a big one.
Great tackle. Great tackle.
Danny Houghton is at dummy half as Hull try to roll forward with Manu.
Third release.
These big fellas making their presence felt. Liam Watts hurting a while ago, but trying to make Warrington hurt with that latest effort. Manu goes right. Zimbabwe is consumed by Warrington defenders. So here comes the sixth tackle, and Sneed with the left foot will drive it down the middle. Picked up by Evans. He's looking for a way out, but it's Minicello's shoulder he finds.
Release, Liam!
Gareth Ellis is back on the field now.
Two, release, Gareth. Come on,
The
back,
three quarters
back,
really
House.
got to get in and do some work now. They've got to help their teammates out, the big forwards, rather than ploughing a lonely furrow. It's to get in there, they use the quick feet, try and find the front, try and speed the play up.
Yeah, keep some energy in the tank.
Here's Westwood. And now there are those bundling, bustling efforts of his again. It's taking him into the heart of the whole defence, and Clark follows up with a sharp, sniping run from dummy half.
Back in, Josh, hold it,
They're in range, but they've only one tackle to go. Sandow, the little magician, with a kick over the top. Michael shields his eyes and catches it, and then he's run into by a steam train in the shape of Hughes that came flying in
I have to
at
say,
top speed.
Hughes has been brilliant. The work rate
Go.
of Jack Hughes has been phenomenal.
Third, release,
Some
Jack.
tough
Hold the line,
bodies
Donald.
doing some tough work at the moment.
Yeah, these were a good three tackles there from the Warrington Wolves defensively.
Sport move, George.
Tackle forward and simply on the 30-metre line.
So they're going to kick just a little early in the count, and Sneed again is going herring after this as it bounces into the hands of Ratchford. Sneed has led the line, who have now caught up with him, and Ratchford in turn has caught up with 30 yards from his own line.
Tight men up there now, and there's a long way to go.
Well, there's half an hour to go, isn't there?
Yes, a long way to go.
So the promises of mistakes in defence and tries to come.
I think the referee is just allowing things to go. He's going with
Evans.
defensive side, isn't he? The few shots going in now, and the left hits and everything.
Gidley into that pocket of defenders, and having got in there, wanted to get the offload away, and does. And here's Benny Westwood, offers it back on the inside, and a step away by Westerman, the following kick, and the chase is on now. Some defending to be done by Fatuli Talanoa, who does it, but in so doing concedes a drop out underneath the sticks.
What efforts. I mean, we've admired the Olympians for how hard they work, and Mo Farah falls down, gets up and wins the race. This is very similar. These guys are out on their feet, but they keep coming with quality play. Great kick there from Westman. Great chase, but look at the defensive effort there from Fanoa. Magnificent.
I think it's Curry, isn't it?
It is, yes.
It is Curry. It's a great, he's got the speed,
When you're ready, Mark.
he's got the awareness, lovely kick, but great defence.
And Talanoa did a marvellous job, didn't he, there?
Yeah.
Tidying everything up.
Back comes Hill. Back to the well they
First
both go.
move. Seeker, 10 metres. Wait.
More
Go.
inspiration. There we see the leading tacklers so far. That 37.
Two, move. Gary,
No,
on the 10.
Howard's played every second of this game, Dave. It's a monumental effort.
It's Curry who puts the ball back on the inside for Atkins, who strains up and goes for that line, but Hull are going to hang on. Just about keeping
Held up,
upright.
tackle 3. We're going to tackle 3.
You just feel the pace at which they're playing at now.
I think the Warrington fans are feeling this is a bit of a codding going on from Josh Bowden, that he's trying to give his side the chance to recover and a little bit of oxygen.
I thought you could play on, John. What's the rule now?
Well, he could have done, but
he's on the line, and it looks as though it's the
it could interfere with play being there. So
respond on the 10 metres.
It's a big call, isn't it?
it is. But I can understand Bowden's reasoning, to tell you the truth.
I can't understand the referee's reasoning.
No.
If I was a Hull player, I'm happy with that decision. If a Warrington player, I wouldn't be happy.
Work out wide. On the line, ready to go.
So all's right again, and Warrington come forward again. There's the fourth tackle, so two tackles to go in this set. Warrington just a couple of strides away. Spun back to Gidley. Sandow, Ratchford reaches and takes him.
5, Mark, release.
So last play in the set.
Going up.
Hughes, Sandow, putting it high. Where does it come? Oh, what a take that was! Is that Fanoa on the right-hand side, who leapt prodigiously and caught it above his head.
Back, Darryl. Go.
And Hull begin to ratchet themselves back towards the Warrington half.
Well, he's used to playing on the wing, isn't he, Fanoa? So he's read exceptionally well. Brilliant take, got in front of Atkins. Fantastic.
What a great picture that was, wasn't it? A great picture of two great athletes there competing for the ball.
5, move.
Yeoman on the halfway line, but the sixth tackle is coming up, and Sneed, under pressure from Hughes, gets the kick away.
I tell you, Hughes has done a man-to-man job on him today.
Ratchford is tackled there.
Must have a number 7 imprinted on his shoulder, wasn't it?
He has done a great job.
Reece Evans.
2! Movement! Wait, Scott.
It's like 2 boxes, isn't it? The analogy, they're both on the ropes.
Yeah.
Who's going to crack?
Clark. Gidley. Atkins standing start for him, but squeezes the ball away under duress.
This is
Clark
it.
goes spinning away. Darryl Clark has support on that left-hand side. It's going to be carried by Curry, and Cole dives in at the corner. What a finish that was! What a finish!
That's a brilliant, brilliant try that is. You know, Clark was instrumental. You know, Jamie Peacock got sent 1.5 feet, this hooker is. That was like a centre with an outside break. He went on the outside, gave the ball early to Curry, and Curry just zipped down the touchline and outdone the full back shawl. That's a brilliant, brilliant try.
Absolutely magnificent. High quality rugby league. We said who's going to crack first? Well, Hull FC have cracked first on the back of some outstanding rugby league from Darryl Clark. Came from an offload there. Control, no risk, but look at the footwork there. Offload it comes. Clark's just hunting space, sees the space, put the foot down. But I think he looks like a winger, does Ben Curry. He just puts the hammer down on the accelerator and over it goes. That's absolute quality from both Clark initially and with his decision-making, executing the pass, and then from Curry to seal the try.
I tell you, Shaw is no slouch. We see how quick he is, but that was a brilliant outside break. All coming from the 2 offloads, and that's a brilliant finish.
Well, the England Rugby League side is blessed with a real depth of talent, certainly in the forward pack at the moment, and Ben Curry is very much a part of that depth of talent.
We'll pick him in the centre.
When we want.
Hey, get your best players on the park.
Just put him on the field, that's right.
Well, Kirk Gidley missed the much easier penalty in the early stages of the second half. This one is much more testing out on the touchline, but how often do they land them from here when they miss the easier ones? Gidley swings it in. As he pushed it wide again, he has. It dropped short, not only wide, but short, and it remains at 10-0 to Warrington.
And I have to say, it looks, the 2 kicks, they're tired kicks. He looks tired. But look at this step. Out right foot step, acceleration. The winger is drawn in, and only Shaw the full back, but the pass is too good, and there's too much pace. Brilliant try.
And don't forget, we've got Darryl Clark mic'd up as well, so I think we might be hearing a bit of that again.
I think there'll be a go on will be in there somewhere.
A little later on.
It's a bit early for the nice kick.
It's a short restart, and it's taken by Ratchford.
There's a penalty there. Fano was taken off the ball. Penalty Hull. Atkins took him off the ball.
And the 2 complaints amongst the Hull players.
Take a move! Hold, wait.
So Warrington in the ascendancy.
Next score is vital.
Hill taking it forward.
Move! With me. Wait, smart, wait.
Clark at dummy half goes right. This is Hughes. And the last time Hull were here, they lost 16-0 in 2013. They trail at the moment to Hull by 10 points to 0. That's a good kick, but again it's taken well by Michaels, and forward he comes.
Oh!
And he's shoulder charged into by Gidley. Oh, it was more of a hip charge than a shoulder charge. Well, he's blooded the back of his head, hasn't he? And they get a penalty here.
Contact with the head. Hold it.
A chance to clear their lines again.
Yeah, this is testing times, isn't it, for the black and whites?
Yeah, they're going to hang on in now.
You're right, Jiffy, they have to hang on in, and then one of the big players got to come up with a big play. But for me, his arms down there. There's no wrapping of the arms there.
Penalty.
There's a clash of heads there that's led to both of them having a bloody conclusion. Kirk Gidley.
Yeah, we've got the time stop. Time's off.
That's it, put a lump of pads on it to be alright till afterwards and put a couple of stitches in. And this is from the kick-off, just watch it, go short, watch for Noah. You know, that's a penalty, isn't it? He's taken out, isn't it? Atkins just is, you know, that is a penalty.
I don't know about that, Jonathan. I think he played for that.
I disagree with that. That is a clear penalty. You know, he's not even going back in the direction of the ball. There's, you know, you can protect the full back. But
Time on.
So Sneed will be looking for distance here, but the safety of touch is of paramount importance.
They need the ball, though,
Wait,
Dave.
Ashton,
Hull
wait your
need to keep the ball and keep possession.
Wait, Ashton,
Possession
wait,
is 58% to 42, and territory is 61. They need possession. They need to build their confidence back. Get the big ball carriage with the ball in hand and get a good kick to put pressure on Warrington.
Scott Taylor, 40 metres away from the Warrington line when he's fouled. There's still 4 tackles left in the count, so it's a good-ish position that Hull find themselves in. Minicello juggles it, lost it. Has it gone backwards? No. The referee, I think, got that absolutely spot on. He lost it in the collision, and it's all getting very frustrating for the black and whites at the moment.
It was brutal, that hit, though.
I think it's Gidley again, is it? I think Gidley is absolute. Is it Gidley?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on.
Well, he's tackling like a back rower, isn't he? He really is.
He is. He's
He
just,
only goes a half back.
he's bleeding from the head. He's putting some big hits in.
Well, again, he's doing everyone on the field a favour, isn't he? Because he might be hurting, but a few lungs are burning, so they can take another good break here.
He cops a right hook from Jack Hughes.
But that's, in all honesty, with Minicello, such a dangerous runner. He's got good footwork if he's got a bit of space. He comes onto the ball very hard. You've got to take his space. You've got to get your shoulder in there. And you've got to be brave. All ticked.
I think this doesn't look very good for Warrington. That bloke's been brilliant today.
Jack Hughes.
Both second
Jack
rows.
Hughes.
Both
Jack
second
Hughes
rows.
has been brilliant, yeah.
New this year, Jack Hughes. Spent last year at Huddersfield, of course. He was previously at Wigan.
I think he's going off again, is he? Yeah.
So Gidley comes away. Not looking very good.
That's giving everything for the cause, isn't it?
Benny Westwood is going to be taking his place in just a moment.
Well, I think they'll put Westwood in the back row. They'll put Carrejo Hughes in the centres, and they'll put young Toby King as a pivot.
Yeah.
Right, ready,
Well,
get in.
Rashford out there as well, haven't they?
Yeah, he could play
Get in,
anywhere.
Jamie, hold the line. Time
It was
on.
a big blow for them, though. You know, that's
Back,
It is
movement.
a big
Hold the
game,
line,
hasn't he,
Winston.
Gidley? And his kicking
Clear.
hasn't been, his place kicking hasn't been the best, but he's had a big game.
but also defensively, he's been immense, absolutely immense.
To move. Wait, hold.
Russell gets up and plays it, and Clark to Ashton Sims, and Sims
3. Release Gareth.
with a lot of
Come back,
effort
Jamie,
again,
hold.
but well matched by the Hull defenders. They're keeping it tight as
4.
King
Move,
goes
Daddy.
down.
It's good yardage by Warrington.
And now it goes left to Sandow, puts the kick over the top, who sees they're a little flat, so Shaw has to take it, and Atkins almost collars him, but
Release him.
Shaw
Hold.
just gets away, but there's more there to cover.
Tell you what, they like that corner, don't they?
Yeah, I thought they'd play there. The sun is very, very strong in the player's eyes. Good
Well,
play,
that
the
ball's
ball.
come, I think it came free there. I don't think it was tackled, was he?
I'm not sure what
3.
happened there. It was very
Release
quick.
him. Hold. George.
So Hull with a bit of a bargain,
4.
extra
John,
10
hands
yards.
out.
Westbrook on the field. Taken in by Green.
Gone back.
Still goes backwards.
Release him.
But they're on the fifth tackle, and they're not on the halfway yet. So Hull really are up against it just at the moment. Sneed gets a kick away from behind the 40-metre mark, and it goes out of play. And you talk about moments in matches. That could be massive, because that kick from Sneed has taken Hull from being run. Oh, hang on. Yes, he has given Hull the head and feet. I thought he hadn't for a moment, but that kick from Sneed has turned the whole thing around here.
I would agree with you, it's a momentum changer. They're just checking that he is within the 40, but again, he's spotted where the space is. He's executed the kick brilliantly.
What a kick.
See if he's in. I think he's in.
He's in by a mile.
Way, yeah.
He's in by a mile.
It's, I tell you what, two significant moments. Gidley going off.
Yep.
And that kick.
Let's get
two
somebody
big,
in the
big
scrum.
moments.
Time's already off. Come on, we need somebody in the scrum. We need
now
to get
they
inside.
need the points.
Wow. Wow. You talk about big tackles and big breaks, but that big kick is right up there amongst them. If Hull can make something of this, it's Warrington's job now to neutralise that kick from Sneed with 6 big tackles. There's one. Harrison goes out from dummy half. Sneed's involved again. The head snaps back from Green, I think that was, as the tackle comes in. But he gets up and plays, and Houghton goes to the left-hand side. Another real urgent effort from Gareth Ellis.
Hold the line.
But equally urgent from the Warrington defence. Houghton poised. The whole defence likewise. Sneed again. Back to Minicello. Minicello with a footwork, but too many to beat in the end. Forest of defenders in there.
2 tackles.
Couple of tackles to go. Running right round in a circle there, Benny Ham, then offering it off, and they're over the line, but he's not touched that down.
No.
So they'll go back to the 10-metre line.
Take it out.
The 6th tackle.
This goes up. This is going up in the air. I think they'll target Sando in the centre.
Time on.
I reckon it's going to be on the ground. Here we go. It's up in the air. You're right, Jiffy. High one from Sneed. Up it goes. Sando is the target. It is taken, and it is scored. Oh my word! What a turnaround! Mahal Fanoa is in to score the try that lifts Hull's hopes and lifts Hull's hearts.
Well, I saw them organising in it, and I saw the kick. Fanoa just taking a great high ball on his own line. So, you know, why not target the small man, put it in the air, and that's a brilliant take again.
Well, we've criticised Sneed for his kicks, but my word, he's come up with 2 absolute peaches. Peach number 1, the 40-20, executed to perfection.
Brilliant.
And then we come at the end of the set, and we've got peach number 2, which is that beautiful lofted chip kick there on Sando's head. Big man, wide man. Great catching of the ball, Tanoa. He's going to come down with the ball. He's going to come down with the 4 points. Mahal Fanoa. What a try.
But what he organised it. You know, when there was when they were over the in the try line, he was organising it. He called it and then said, right, it's going up.
Just looking at the whole fans to our left, they're all on their feet. It's like a kind of a collective nervousness which has driven them to their feet. They can't sit down now. They're on edge now because their side are back in this game. And to our right, the Warrington fans sit motionless and mainly in silence because they know what a big blow that might prove to be. Game on. Sneed with a kick. This awkward kicking style he has, but which so often is so effective. Glares at where he wants the ball to go. Swings the left boot. Let the whole fan to their roar of Sneed tell you about the success there. Sneed puts it over. Holler back in it. Hull 6, Warrington 10.
Momentum, isn't it, in sport? And as we said, 2 great kicks by Sneed and the injury to Kurt Gidley. I still think, you know, as a drop goal, you've got to take the drop goal as well, haven't you? Now, this is a tight affair. If you've got an opportunity, you know, even if it's this early.
But it's only 4 points in it. A drop goal makes it 5.
He's got to kick the conversion.
All on side.
Well, how bad is Kurt Gidley? Tanya Arnold.
Let's go, Stefan.
Well, without wishing to get too gory, he's got a very nasty cut on his left eye. They're trying to put micro stitches in it, but he's also got a touch of concussion, so it's very much touch and go as to whether we'll see Kurt Gidley back on the pitch.
Move, Jack! Old George, wait.
Down the years, we talk about moments, about momentum switches. Have we seen it here, or can Warrington ride out the pressure from here on in? Do they regather their thoughts and their poise? Do they quell this newfound enthusiasm amongst the ranks of the black and whites? Robbie Hunter-Paul, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm with you, Dave. Warrington need to fight fire with fire here. I reckon the crowd stands at about 55% Hull FC fans, and they're all back in their team at the moment. There's a newfound energy in that Hull FC team, and what Warrington need to do is stick to their guns, get out Akin half, and get back up the field to put pressure back on Hull.
Well, that kick from Hutton might have been better, but it was made pretty good by the chase from the Hull defenders. Warrington bringing it out now. Atkins.
Release, Danny.
Simple, effective stuff they'll be looking for here. To drive it downfield, to silence this wall of noise which is building behind their backs from the Hull fans. Towards the halfway line, Ratchford. Ashton Sims.
5, Scott with me, come on.
Tackle 5, here comes the last. Sando again, looking for the touchline. Doesn't find it. Shaw looks to bring it back.
Great chase.
Yep. Fatuli Talanoa trying to find an escape here and almost finding it.
Very elusive Talanoa. There are some dangerous runners.
Well, I think that's why they've been kicking to that corner so much.
Michaels.
Putting it Michaels' way, not Talanoa's.
Yeah.
Westwood's hurt himself in trying to make that tackle there. Immediately put his hand to the sidelines, and he's holding his left arm very awkwardly.
He's going off.
Yeah, there he goes.
Hull
with renewed energy.
He has 2 tackles left to this set as well.
16 minutes left to play. There's loads of time as well. Here's the man who lifted them, and here he goes again. But the ball's been left behind by Shaw, and it's picked up rather smartly by Ratchford.
That was a half chance, that.
Half chance for both.
Yep.
I think Ratchford's
cramping up, yeah, he's cramping up.
Leave it up, Gareth.
In the background.
Fanoa's down as well. It's all happening here now.
The conditions are absolutely brutal, though.
Time off.
There's the half chance.
They've got to stop the clock here.
So there's a half chance for Hull, and then if Hughes gets away,
Responsibility to get back on side.
It's magnificent, this is. What a great effort from both teams.
brilliant game, yeah. It's a proper final.
It is.
The new Wembley has its classic.
Head injury.
15 minutes still to go. 15 minutes still to enjoy. The Hull fans and Old Faithful.
Yeah, the Warrington.
Well, Old Faithful belting out. Warrington fans are trying to reply. Martin Afaro knows a thing or two about scoring classic tries.
He knows he's doing about trying scoring. I don't think he knows a thing about dressing today. I think he's left his collar in the house.
Tanya Arnold, what are you saying?
3, Danny, move!
Ben Westwood has gone off down the tunnel with the shoulder ligament damage, and you've got several of them who've got cramp out there. Remember what Kevin Sinfield said at half time, at 60 minutes I had cramp. A lot of them are suffering now.
Clark a dummy half, Warrington with Sandow. They need a little bit of inspiration at the moment. It doesn't come like that. Ryan Atkins, the ball bobbles, put that down to fatigue.
Yep, I would agree with you totally, but the pass is good enough and he should have taken that in. But there's a collective belief amongst this Hull FC following. All of a sudden they started believing, and they really are doing the best to raise their team.
Is this going to be their day when they finally lay to rest?
Stephen, come on, join the scrum.
An historical fact that they hate to be reminded of. They've never won at Wembley. Well, they've still got a big job to do, and Warrington will still fancy that they can see the job out here.
Both teams will get chances, David, in these last 15 minutes. Both teams. It's who takes them.
Houghton. Navadi puts it back on the inside.
Third release! With me, Hall.
He's okay again. Is Fanoa for the time being. Washbrook.
He's added a zest to them, hasn't he, Danny Washbrook? He's picked them up.
Danny Houghton. Green. Perhaps he's on his way. A little step here from Sneed. Tries to put the kick in. It got a Warrington touch. It's another set of 6. It's another set. And it starts here. Warrington backs to the wall at the moment. Carried in, platform
Two.
set.
Move! Jack, come on with me and hold
Warrington
the 10. Hold
with a
it.
job to do.
Go.
Out it goes to Sneed, back inside for Green again. Straighten things up, still going, handing them off. What an offload! Ellis held up. Posse of defenders
Release.
rounding up and pulling
On the goal
down.
line. Wait, Joe.
But Howden stands and waits. And those whole bodies are ready to go again to the
Base
Barbie.
tackle.
Almost fluffing his line.
Hands up.
Kept on to it.
Hold the line, Stefan, wait.
So Minicello in that position. Swings it back to Houghton. Here comes Sneed. Sneed with a kick over the top. The chase is on. Michaels! Has he got the touch? Has he got enough of that to claim it as a try? On the field, referee
no try.
viewer says no try, but we're going to hear for the first time in this final from our video referee, Ben Thaler.
Okay, right, we've got no try on the field. So they stop it on the kick to make sure everybody's onside. All the guys out to the right on there are onside. There's players in the middle of the field, but at the minute I'm alright with those. So everybody there is okay, so we can jog on from there. The men in the middle stay out of play, so that's fine, right? I just want to look at the ball now, please. So close up of the ball. And if it's grounded by Hull. So, I need it really slow. Nobody's touched the ball at present. Still nobody's touched the ball. The ball is coming up. It's there touched by Radford. So it's touched by Radford there. Can we just go to make sure after Radford touches the ball it's not touched by Hull? So at the minute it's touched by Stefan Radford backwards. Just make sure that Hull do not get a touch on the ball afterwards. So here we are on this close-up from this side. Right, that is a hand of Ratchford, and then there's no hand on that by Hull. So on those angles I've got there, I'll just look at this one. Right, there's no touch by Hull. It's not backed by Stefan Ratchford, so it's no try, and it's a goal line dropout.
Well, the Hull fans were cheering here, but I think they recognised that they're going to get the ball back.
That is
I think they recognise they weren't a try, but they're going to get the ball back here.
Again, that's great play. Another brilliant kick by Sneed. But what play by that man? He was late. He was late in realising that the kick was that dangerous. But that's brilliant defensive play by Ratchford. But Hull, you know, they're turning the screw now.
That's another of those moments, isn't it? Do we down the years talk about that touch by Ratchford that saved the game?
It was vital, wasn't it? But it was also clever play. It was a two-pass kick, brought the wingman up, slid it behind him, and almost came up with the goods.
The ball now.
We need a ball. We need a ball on the field. So here it comes. Someone had smuggled it away. So well done, Stefan Ratchford, because had he not got there, I think Michaels would have done. And it would have been all level with a kick to come.
Definitely they got there.
But there's still a lot of work to do for this Warrington defence. Unless this kick finds touch, what a dropout! And another moment, because that is knocked on by Fatuli Talanoa. And Warrington expecting to defend their own line manfully. Now will get the ball back inside their opponent's half.
You've got to catch it on the full. You know, if the ball's in the air for 50 yards, someone's got to catch it.
Because you can't let it go dead there, can you? You can't let it go dead, because it would have been Warrington's ball back.
Well, you catch it on the full, Dave. You've got to catch it on the full. No one committed to it.
But I'll tell you what, it wasn't a bad dropout, was it?
No.
Oh, yeah, it was a great dropout, but you know, I'm looking on a Hull perspective. I tell you what, Lee Radford won't be saying it's a great kick.
Stefan Ratchford, match win. Two moments there.
He'll be
Stefan
going,
Ratchford.
catch them.
Is he your man? Is he your man?
Out!
So 12 minutes to go. We're going to have lots more of these little moments to come.
Movement,
It's great, isn't it?
Hold, wait. Go.
One try and a goal.
Second
puts Hull in
move.
the lead.
Back, Jamie.
Another goal puts Warrington back in a comfort zone again.
I don't know how the players are feeling, Dave, but I'm exhausted.
Danny Rice. Hold.
It's draining.
Go.
There's Benny Westwood. I think we can guess how he's feeling at the moment. Not very comfortable. King to the middle, he's put down.
It's gone a bit flat now, isn't it? You know, that they could see that the energy levels have dropped incredibly so. It's been such a tough game.
Well, here comes the final tackle. The referee's put his arm in the air. Sandow with a little sneaky chip over the top, but waiting there was Scott Taylor.
That wasn't a good end, that.
No, repeat set.
Yeah.
That's what you want in this time in the game.
Dude, Chris, hand out!
Houghton. Sneed shuffling it on. Minicello trying to keep it alive. Make Warrington work harder, but can't do so. Here's Ellis. Straightening things up. We're getting close to the time when the Lance Todd Trophy is announced. The iconic man of the match, the Challenge Cup final man of the match winner.
That's a tough call today.
Clear!
I'm telling you.
It may well not be decided because there's some big plays to come yet.
There's the kick, which Ratchford will chase. Enters and bobbles it.
Good chase.
Gives it to a man who's still fleet of foot. The dying members of the game, Matty Russell.
Danny Washbrook, get square!
Ratchford's dragged down by Timavada.
Wait!
And he has fumbled. And he has given Hull possession by knocking on 30 metres away from the Warrington line. Head and feed for those in black and white. Have a look at this. Nobody's touching him. He just dropped it clean.
He's got a tendency for that, you know, how he carries the ball in that one arm, and he's come with some crucial errors over the years, and my word, that is a crucial error.
It is somewhat churningly close now, isn't it?
Get this scrum formed.
Whoever you support, even if you're a neutral, the nerves are really beginning to stretch. The Hull fans are urging their side on for one more big effort. That's all it'll take. But likewise, one more big effort from Warrington is all it'll take for them.
Come on, let's get a formation.
And we might not even have a winner today. We might even be going to a replay.
That's it. Hold the line.
Huddersfield a week on Wednesday, in case you're wondering.
I hope not. That's, you know, anti-climax. It's just a brilliant game. I think someone deserves to win this.
Danny hands the man at dummy half. Here comes Taylor, driving it in and put down, inching closer and closer, with 4 tackles still to come. Houghton again goes to that right-hand side. It's a little offload. Oh, and Sandow drops himself on that ball and clutches it to his chest.
But you can't be playing the clock yet, Dave. There's 10 minutes.
I think Warrington have stopped playing, and then Hull are now forcing it. There's 10 minutes to go. You know, he's looking for the offload. Take the tackle. You know.
Start, release Scott. Go.
9 minutes and counting. And Clark, I think he's in line, isn't he? He's
excellent.
He is.
Go.
Darryl Clark. Ratchford.
Gareth, release them.
But they're on to the last tackle again, but they are deepish. They're looking for a good kick from Sandow, who rattles in. It hit the player. It's not another 6. It's still the 6th tackle. So Curry's going to have to kick it. And that's not a bad one, because it's going to bounce, and who knows where it's going to bounce. And from Hull's point of view, luckily for them, it bounces out of play. So a tap back in the 20. Oof, breathless.
First, and now Ben. Go.
It's tense.
2, move. With me, hold George. Come on.
He'd be the only Hull player ever to have won 2 Challenge Cup finals, Kirk Human. If, as a Hull player, if they win today.
This is what you want to see, shoulder the ball.
This is Human. His opposite number, literally, Toby King, the 224s on the field. Just look at them, they're out on the feet. Minicello.
This is about where you're playing the game now. Where the game is played, isn't it? You know,
it's 2 tackles. It's carry the ball aggressively and try Talanoa again.
Oh, it's wide, and Talanoa puts it out. Talanoa puts it out. Here comes Michaels. Michaels cuts back down the middle.
What a tackle.
Recovery from Matty Russell. Here's the 6th. Where they're going this time. Sneed puts it up in the air. Big lead, and back it comes, and inside, and not that minimum winner. Jamie Shaw underneath the sticks. The black and whites are bouncing up and down. for Hull FC. That's what it means.
And again, it's the kick where you compete for it. There was nothing on, and then all of a sudden he just puffs a little ball in the air. And I think it's Fanua again who gets to it, you know, and he disrupts the ball again in the air. Yeah, that's him again. Just watch. Nothing on last tackle. Let's give it a little dink. And again, it's that man in the air. Fanua, lovely awareness by Sneed. This guy finishes under the posts.
Well, that's his third excellent kick, isn't it, Mark Sneed? And again, it was to that man, Mahi Fanua, who's come up with the goods. Batting the ball back into Sneed's pathway, and he picks up the supporting shawl on the inside. And Ashton Sims tells a picture there.
Yeah, everything does,
Yeah, it really does.
He's cool, mind, that's cool.
It isn't one yet.
It ain't.
It isn't one yet.
What a game.
Well, we said Warrington might have stopped playing. No, they have to play. No, they have to play.
There is a nervous buzz amongst those Hull fans who know how close they are. What's he feeling? What's going through his mind at the moment, Mark Sneed? Memories of 68 and Dunfox, very different conditions. Very different conditions. But they are missable even from here. Down the years, for generations to come, Hull fans will talk about that kick. And this is that kick. All that history, all that heartbreak of never having won at Wembley, this could be the moment in which all of that is rewritten and forgotten. Mark Sneed settles in for the biggest kick of his life. As simple as it is, he has to put it over, and he has put it over. And Hull, with only minutes to go, find themselves in a winning position.
Yeah, they can't celebrate, they can't relax though.
No way.
There's still some rugby league in this game.
Look at the emotions.
This will be a short kick with it.
There goes Sandow going long. There are still 6 massive minutes to play.
Well, for Hull, you run hard, you kick long, and kick it out of bounds.
When they won it at Cardiff and Danny Brough pulled a kick over John Keir, reminded that Kevin Sinfield had a drop kick to draw that game, didn't he?
He did.
Afterwards.
Head, tackle 2, time off.
It's a head tackle, so...
Well, we asked when they took place whether these moments would matter.
Yeah, this was Gidley's early in the second half, and normally it would stroke them over, no problem. And then wide on the left-hand side, we've seen Sneed kick a similar one for Hull FC. That was a miss from Gidley. Just didn't strike the ball well in either kick.
I think the second one, it's just a, if it gets over, great. The first one is a bad miss.
Brad, hand out!
The problem with Wembley, for all the glory it brings to somebody, somebody's heart has to break as well, doesn't it?
Forward move!
That's the nature of the event, but Warrington are not out of this yet. There are still 5 minutes to go.
Tackle 5, release
Here's
him!
Hannah dummy half, 6th tackle coming up. He just wants to get a kick downfield and as good as it can possibly be. And he wants it to hold up in the in-goal area, and he does that. So Russell picks up and knows that there's a charge of hooves behind him, and they're ready and waiting. And Warrington have got to go a long way now, a long way in this set, as time ticks by.
Well, it's a sporting cliche, who wants it most, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you what, all those years of history are inspiring these black and whites to want it the most. It's as if they've got an extra leg, they've got more energy for this closing minutes.
But they're going wider, Warrington, and they've got danger. Hughes cuts back, what a game he's had. Dwyer with a dummy, and off he goes, but they roll him in and reef him down. Now it's Sandow, ushering Westerman back on the inside. Westerman shrugs off one defender.
5, clear up.
Last.
Go for the high kick, contested kick.
Here it comes, well, he's going down that left-hand side. King puts the kick in, and is it going to roll out of play? No, it's not. It needs to with this. It does roll out of play. So Hull will get the head and feet 10 metres out.
Well, you see, all that done, Hull will walk to the scrum, Warrington will walk. It's just eating the seconds up. That needed to be up in there, it needed to be a contest.
Yeah, poor decision. You know, you look at
On the side, Chris.
the Hull try, you've got to put it up in the air and compete for it. You'll never ever know what's going to happen. But if the ball's just going to go over touch, as John said, you walk, you have a chat, take a breath.
Can we treat him behind?
Big gulps of water, big gulps of oxygen.
You're right, you get treated back there, so we get
The
the game.
body saying, quit if you can. The head saying, let's just do it for another 4 minutes. One side or the other. Lee Radford would love
Let's
to be
go.
out there. Tony Smith as well, I'm sure. But all they can do is stand or sit and watch.
I'm not sure if you can enjoy these moments even as a player.
Right, let's get the
Dave,
formation right,
you got
Stephen. You head in.
under 4 minutes
Get
left. You know, you're just going to win this game now. You can't afford to relax. You
Come on,
just
lads.
want that
Don't
hoop
push
to
the
go.
balls in. Get the ball in, Carlos. Time it.
Less than 4 minutes. And Hull FC here. The cry will be no mistakes. And Talanoa doing his
Chris,
job.
hand out. Come on,
Warrington
Mark.
shout will be, come on, let's get into them. Let's minimise their go forward and let's try and jostle this ball free if we can.
Back, Jack. Wait.
Force the header, shoulder hit under the ball. Got to do something, you can't just be passive,
No.
make things
Three,
happen.
Jack, movement. Back in, George. Go.
Here's Houghton. He's going to kick behind the 40-metre mark here.
It's not going to get there.
it's not
Chase
gonna-
is good.
You'd be happy with that though.
Yes. Look at
Russell.
that. When you win in, it's a little bit easier, isn't it? The chase is better. Look at them. They're all looking. Warrington players are walking back
Go,
now.
Danny. Go.
Rashford carrying it forward. There's not a lot of
Two.
support there.
Down. Release.
So
Go.
3 minutes and counting. And Evans
Three. Mark on the line.
quickly up to dummy half goes Dwyer. King coming back to this
Fragment.
right hand side. Hughes, it needs someone to take it forward here. Is Hughes that man?
Four. Move.
Four.
Danny.
You've got to do something
Clark.
here.
Westerman rolls it in. Westerman still going. Danny Howden can't get him. Westerman 20 metres away. Last tackle in the set. Last tackle in the set. Sandow. Out it goes. Curry puts the kick in. Oh, it's a double. It's another set of six. It's another set of six. Warrington are on the whole line with 6 tackles to go. Sandow. Hill. Put
Tackle
down.
two. Please stop.
5 tackles in this set.
Go.
It's won and lost here. Sandow again. Wide. Atkins.
Should have gone.
Atkins.
Should have gone.
Movement.
Extra man. Extra man.
Played back to Sandow. Sandow lobs it over the top. Curry straightens up. Running a tail bodies. Curry. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it on the line. The ball's knocked on. And that might just be that. He was a hero 20 minutes ago.
Thrown away.
And now he's wondering, has he let the cup final slip? But what about that effort from Danny Howden? He's made over 1,000 tackles. Danny Howden has made over 1,000 tackles this season. That's the most important one he's done.
Well, and he's been out on that field for 78 minutes, 21 seconds, playing in the middle channel, running the dummy half and contributing defensively like that. He's been absolutely immense, that man.
Has been brilliant.
52 tackles.
That could be the Lance Todd tackle.
Yep.
That could be the Lance Todd man of the match tackle.
Well, the only ever Hull player to win a Lance Todd trophy was Tommy Harris back in 1960. His side that day were beaten 38 points to 5 by Wakefield. They gave it to him almost as a sympathy vote because he played with injury. I think if Danny Howden gets a Lance Todd trophy today, that ain't no sympathy vote.
What the tackle. But you do feel that Curry was going to... That's all he had to do was hang on to it and slide over. He was over. He was over. 52 tackles.
It's unbelievable,
That's
isn't it?
ridiculous.
In this weather.
Don't be pushing the balls in.
That's my,
Whip the balls
that's
in.
my tackle for the season.
Out. Surrender. Stand one. Go.
So Hull bringing it forward.
Two. Move. Come on back, Chris. Hold. Hold. Go.
For Noah.
Three!
They'll have one
Release
more
them!
chance,
Wait,
Warrington.
George. Go.
They'll have one more chance. They will get the ball back in their hands again.
Ooh, I thought he stolen that then,
George!
wasn't he?
Scott
Move,
Taylor
George!
almost going
Come on,
through.
work the 10, Darryl!
Sneed with a kick. So here we go.
Yeah, to put it out the touch.
1 minute to play. Oh, Roxford's knocked it backwards. That's okay. That's okay. It's a fumble, but it's okay.
And there you go, 90 yards.
Hit 5 tackles to make history. That's what Hull FC have got. 5 tackles to make history.
Searching and searching, but guess who's there to make tackle 58? Evans running it, put down.
Third! Hands on,
They
man!
need a break. Warrington need a line break now.
Across the line they take it. Atkins, he's got a bit of speed.
30 seconds.
It's back to Sandow.
This is it.
Towards the middle.
They got to keep that.
Sandow runs and flicks it back on the inside, and here comes Curry. Curry to Ratchford. Ratchford throws it out. Stringed up by Westerman. Westerman spins it back. Sandow's there, but from nowhere, Watts came in with a tackle. The ball's lost. The cup final's won. Listen to the noise from the black and whites. That's it. History is made in the most dramatic of circumstances. The new Wembley has its classic final. Look at those Warrington players collapsed in sheer exhaustion and disappointment. But Hull FC have made name for themselves today. No more can they say. They've never won at Wembley. They have won at Wembley. And boy, how have they won at Wembley?
What an amazing game. Great climax. Yeah, I thought the two significant things were the Sneed kick, the 40-20 there. They made the most of that. Kitley going off was significant as well. But, they clawed their way back. They changed their tack. They went to offload. They created a couple of opportunities and they took them. A brilliant game of rugby league. And well done, Hull.
Absolutely magnificent, wasn't it? Really was. If ever there's been a final that's won through sheer desire, sheer will, it's this one. Because both teams were absolutely out on the feet. From somewhere, this black and white team found the energy in order to complete the victory. Absolutely outstanding game of rugby league. An epic, a classic Challenge Cup final.
Well, the Lansdowne Trophy, by the way, I'm told Mark Sneed has been given the Lance Todd Trophy. He becomes the first ever Hull FC player to win the Lance Todd Trophy and a winner's medal on the same day. Mark Sneed is now speaking with Damien Johnson.
The champagne. Mark, many congratulations. You've done it tough to win this Challenge Cup.
Yeah, obviously it took us a while to get into that one, I think. But same reaction as when we played Wigan. We've gone in at half time down, not scored a try, and we've come out great attitude, and we rattled them a little bit, and we took our chances.
Tell me about your thought processes as you kicked for victory.
Oh, just get it over. It's just the same thought process as every single one. Luckily enough, it was fairly easy on that last one, so I'm all thankful that happened.
This amounts to personal redemption for you after what happened a few years ago with Cass.
Yeah, a little bit. Just unbelievable feeling.
Congratulations, you're the man of the match. Mahe Fanua is with us as well. Step in, Mahe. Little hug there from the man of the match, Mark Sneed. Mahe, what's the feeling like?
First of all, I'd just like to thank God for the opportunity. I'd like to thank this club for giving me the chance to play, and thanks all the Hull FC fans for making the trip out to Wembley. It's a great feeling, and I just can't explain it at the moment.
Hull have never won a Challenge Cup final at Wembley before today. You've laid a ghost to rest.
Yeah, well, it's good to put that hoodoo to a rest, and it's good to be a part of the team that did it, so yeah, I'm happy.
What was it like to be part of a Challenge Cup for you, coming from the other side of the world?
I don't know, it's tough being, just being a young fella from Melbourne, and being a part of this, and just I know there's heaps of history about this game, and I knew about the hoodoo that they had in 1 year, so it's just great to be a part of it.
What about these fans? They've waited so long.
Oh man, I'm just happy to give back to them, to be honest. I've only been here for eight months, but I know these people have been here since the start, since day one, so yeah, I'm happy to give back to them.
Well done, Mahe. Gareth Ellis and the coach Lee Radford are over there. Gareth, step in for us. Well, you've done it the hard way, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't know if people watching would appreciate just how hard work that was, you know. To come back from 10-0 down, I think it was, and in not an open game, a real tough, gritty game, the lads worked so hard. And this, you know, it means so much to me, it means so much to this group of players, it means so much to this club. It's just, I'm a bit lost for words, really.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Lee Radford joins us, a winning coach. They're never going to talk about Hull never winning at Wembley before. Now you put it to bed.
They're going to have to change the lyrics, I think. Danny Owen's 52nd tackle of the game there on that try line. Most important tackle of anybody's career within the city, I think. But with them, look, we knocked off Catalan, we knocked off Saints, we knocked off Wigan, and now we just knocked off Warrington. I don't think anybody can begrudge us taking this trophy home to Hull. And I'm really proud for the owner. You know, he's financed this club when other people are wrapped in through some difficult circumstances. I'm so proud and so pleased for him. His stubbornness not to get rid of me. Through those tough times, I'm over the moon, I really am.
Houghton was immense for you, as you already mentioned, but they all were.
Phenomenal, yeah, and we didn't play pretty by any stretch, and there were some periods in that game where we just looked gone, but we found a bit, and you know, the kicks at the end, towards the end, was something we spoke about all week, and to see them come to fruition and the energy in which we chased them was phenomenal.
Was Kurt Gidley's penalty miss perhaps a turning point? It just gave you a bit of belief when you needed it?
Now, you know, it looks like that, but I feel for him because he's a champion player, and he's probably strokes them over all day in training, but these surroundings can do strange things to good players, and you know, like I say, I feel for him, I really do.
Well then, Lee, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
they've dreamt of this, haven't they? So many generations have dreamt of this walk up the stairs. Hull FC to lift the Challenge Cup. Gareth Ellis bounded up there. It's, I'm sure, always a lot easier when you're side of one to climb those multitude of steps. Where am I going? Where am I going? Keep going up. Keep going up. And they wind their way, one step after another. Nobody at the Hull end is left. Who said Hull can't win at Wembley? Well, quite a few actually down the years, but no more. Lee Radford, and as he said, you know, he was under so much pressure last year. The club kept faith with him, and that faith utterly rewarded, not just with his Challenge Cup win here today, Ladbrokes Challenge Cup win, but the fact they're only 80 minutes away from a grand final as well. They could do the treble this year, Hull FC. And here comes Gareth Ellis, the skipper. A big smile, the shake of the hands. Kevin Sinfield was in his place last year, but it's all about Gareth Ellis this year. The black and whites in glorious Technicolor at the National Stadium. He wants Danny Hatton, I think, to help him out, you see. I think he's waiting for everyone to pass him by, so that they're all in this together. This is not about individual efforts, so there are some great stories of individual efforts today. It's the collective. So here he goes. They're going to have to rewrite the song. Old Faithful, they have won at Wembley.